Hey folks, audio reviews down under here again. Today I've got the Moondrop'S space travel. They're a new TWS from Moondrop. They have Bluetooth 5.3, ANC. They have a 13mm titanium coated dynamic driver. I've got the KB07 large tips on these at the moment. I just prefer the KB tips. They're just a little more comfortable for me, although the stock tips aren't too bad either. As you can see, they don't have a lid, so I've been using this like little extra case that I got with the Ultimate Ears UE900 just to protect them while they're in a bag or something. So yeah, the Moondrop'S space travel. They're not a bad little TWS. Like I said, they've got Bluetooth 5.3. They have a low latency of around 55 milliseconds for things like gaming. If you're a gamer, it'll help to have better audio time in the gaming. I'm not really a gamer, so I haven't tested that out at all. I do listen to music mostly on my TWS while I'm at the gym. There's also 3 bass levels which can be changed in the Moondrop link app. I wasn't able to access the Moondrop link app. I'm on an Android phone, and as far as I know, the link app's only available on Apple, on the Apple Store at the moment. I haven't been able to download it through Google Play, although I don't know whether that's going to change or not, whether it's going to be on Google Play eventually. I don't really know. But so far I haven't been able to download the app to change any of the functions on it. But space travel has a claimed ANC noise cancellation of 35 decibels. Music I listen to is on Tidal. I listen to all my tracks on Tidal. Unfortunately, the space travel isn't aptX equipped, so it may not be as high definition, high resolution as some of your TWS out there that have aptX or LDAC. But they don't sound too bad. I found they sounded fine. Anyway, now to talk about the actual sound. I'll start with the sub bass. Space Travel has pretty okay sub bass extension, even without the use of the Moondrop link app, where you can change the bass levels. It does have 3 different bass levels you can change in the app. Like I said, I wasn't able to use it because I couldn't download it on my Google Play Store. Anyway, even in the stock form, it doesn't sound too bad. It has a reasonable amount of sub bass, but it is kind of more of a neutral sub bass. Although it is a bit on the light side. Actually, it is quite well balanced with the mids and treble. I'd say a neutral level of sub bass in its stock form, without any of the bass boosting that you can do in the app. The treble is a little elevated above the sub bass and the mids, so but it's not elevated too much. It is a kind of a fairly more or less neutral tuning, as you know, a lot of Moondrop products have been. There's quite an easy listening TWS. You don't get that bloated bass you do with some. The mids are a little on the thin side in the upper and upper mids and treble section. Without any enhancement of the bass, the male and female vocals and things like bass guitars sound okay, just a little bit thin in the stock tuning, but they are reasonably natural, not shrill at all, just slightly thin. The lower mids and mid bass isn't too bad at all. Actually, the mid bass has a little bit of a punch, but the note weight isn't that heavy. It's a little on the light side, but does have some warmth to it, as well as pretty okay for a TWS. I'd say, like, for the price range they come in at, which is under $30 US. The treble, I think the treble is where the space travel shines most. The treble is has some pretty okay tonality, still a little thin and not extended that well, but pretty acceptable for a TWS. And for the price of the space travel, the tuning isn't too bad at all. If I had access to the Moondrop link app, I could probably add a couple extra dB of bass, which would probably give it a little more warmth and a little more bass extension. But yeah, the soundstage and imaging, the soundstage actually has some good width to it, although the imaging isn't that great with the thinner mids and treble. The image is pretty average, although the soundstage is pretty good, better than I expect from a pretty budget TWS. They do sound a little more natural than my Anchor Soundcore Literally 2 upgraded, which is LDAC capable. But the Liberty 2 has a bloated bass and a little more unnatural tonality in the treble in compared to the space travel. I honestly think I prefer the tuning of the space travel. They're on the non-offensive side. They're pretty comfortable and perform pretty well for their price range, which is under $30 US. If Moondrop brought out like a Space Travel 2 with aptX lossless and a better case for around $50, I think it'd still be a super great value TWS, and you'd probably have a little bit better sound quality out of them, although it's not too bad for what you get. They really are about the best value you can get in a under $30 TWS at the moment, I think. But anyway, yeah, that's about all I have to say about the space travel for right now. They are a pretty fun little TWS, and I have been using these at the gym pretty regularly, and I haven't had any kind of issues with them. They do hold a good transmission. I haven't had any issues with them dropping out or anything like that. And yeah, not much else I can say about them right now, really. Anyway, yeah, I'll be back with some more reviews pretty soon. Anyway, this is Audio Reviews Down Under, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and yeah, thanks for watching.